The news says a woman in Benin has allegedly threw her 5-year-old child into a river after Sia told her the child was a python. She claimed that after giving birth to the child, she was unable to conceive again, and the child had not been able to walk since birth. Take note of this, that the woman is from Benin. She threw her 5-year-old child into a river on ground that the seer told her that the child was a python. She claimed that after giving birth to the child, she was unable to conceive again, and the child had not been able to walk since birth. Now, based on the seer's advice that the child was the cause of her infertility, take note of that, that the child was the ultimate cause of her infertility, she disposed of the child in the river. Why did this woman dispose this child in the river? Because a seer has instructed her so. Let's continue. Five tragic truths from the unaliving of a 5-year-old child over a seer's prophecy. Let's continue. Number 1, a disabled child was dehumanized and labeled python, not a human being. Number 2, the mother's desperation to conceive again overrode her maternal instinct. That's serious. Number 3, the seer's advice was deadly. The seer's advice was deadly, and he should face the consequences for her action. Number 4, the child was thrown into a river, a slow, terrifying, unaliving method. Oh my God, innocent child. Number 5, this case exposes the failure of child protection system in Nigeria. This case exposes the failure of child protection system in Nigeria. Take note of this. Those are the 5 points I have for you. Now, what is my advice based on this report? 1, to the Edo State Police Command, arrest the mother. Yes, arrest the mother. She has admitted to throwing her child into river. That is a confession. Also, investigate the seer. This is very important. He incited the act of throwing the baby into the river. If he is found culpable, charge him as accomplice to murder. Let's continue. Number 2, to the Edo State Ministry of Social Welfare. This case is a red flag. How many other parents of children with disabilities are considering similar acts? Conduct community outreach. Identify struggling families. There are families struggling morally, financially. Provide counseling, financial support, and respite care. Prevention is cheaper than prosecution. Number 3, to religious and traditional leaders. Speak out against this evil. Condemn the unaliving of children based on spiritual labels. Educate your followers that disability is not a cause. Infertility is not a punishment. Seers who give deadly advice are not men of God, they are criminals. Number 4, to the National Orientation Agency, launch a public awareness campaign on children's rights, disability and infertility. Use radio, television and social media. Teach Nigerians that children with disability deserve love, not death. That infertility is a medical issue, not a spiritual cause. Number 5, to the National Assembly. Consider legislation regulating spiritual advisors, not to ban religion, but to create accountability. If a seer or prophet or healer gives advice that leads to death, they should face criminal charges. That is very important. Freedom of religion does not include freedom to incite murder. What is the question here? The question is that if a mother can throw her 5-year-old child into a river because a seer called the child a python, and she believed that killing her child could allow her to conceive again, what does that say about the state of mental health, spiritual regulation and child protection in Nigeria? It says all 3 are broken. The mother needed psychiatric help, not a seer. The seer needed regulation, not impunity. The child needed protection, not neglect. The system failed woefully at all levels. One child is dead. How many others are at risk? The answer is too many. This case is not an isolated madness. It is a symptom of systemic failure. Until Nigerian addresses mental health, regulates spiritual advisor, and enforces child protection laws, more children will die, not by accident, but by belief. Akai News reports that a 5-year-old child is dead, thrown into a river by his own mother. She believed he was a python. She believed killing him would let her conceive again. A seer told her so. The child could not walk. He was disabled. He was vulnerable. He was 5 years old, and no one saved him. The mother is alive. The seer is free. The child is gone. That is not justice. That is not tragedy. That is failure of family. That is failure. That is failure of family, of community, of state, and of state. May the child's death be a wake-up call. But wake-up calls only work if people wake up. Nigerians must wake up before the next child is thrown into the next river. Thank you for joining me. I am Joseph Iyaji.